All right, we should be live. Cool. Welcome everybody to Wild Wires Homestead. Sorry, camera's up here. I'm looking at my main screen. It's not helping me out much, and now I'm messing everything up. All right, there we go. That might be a little better. Hi everybody. Welcome to Wild Wires Homestead. My name is Matt. Also go by KD3BMM in the amateur world or ham radio world, as well as WSIN521, which is my GMRS call sign. Just wanted to make a video today and show you guys some of the updates we've done or some of the things I've gotten done on the property here while I've been off work for a couple weeks. So I'm going to play a little video here on the side, and I'm just going to let them play and talk to you about it. So the first thing I did just in the last couple weeks here, me and a couple buddies put up a 36-foot telescoping mast, guide out 3 times, and on the top there you can see I have a multi-band or tri-band, dual band tram antenna tuned for UHF VHF, and as well as on the cross arm there you can see my fan dipole, and that is an 80 meter through 10 meter, so 80, 40, 20, and 10 meter fan dipole. And you're probably getting all the sounds from outside because I forgot to shut the audio off. That's all right. And then as you can see, it runs down there to a utility box on the side of the house. Dipole works great, home built. It's got a 500 watt balun in the middle, just a cheap one off Amazon. And then it's using 16 gauge stranded copper wire, insulated stranded copper wire, and some 3D printed separators. Tunes in perfect. Need a little bit more tweaking to it, but for the most part, it's pretty good there. So the 2 entry lines, not sure what's on the HF right now. I believe it's RG8, and the UHF VHF antenna has LMR 400, and they both have straight runs down to the utility box where they meet up with a lightning arrestor. The UHF VHF antenna continues LMR 400 into the shack, and the HF switches over to RG213. I will have another run of RG213 going up to the dipole soon, but cable's expensive, so we're doing this on a budget. Alright, so that's the tower outside. Like I said, it's guyed out. It has 3 levels of 3 guy lines to 14-inch stakes in the ground. Each guy line has its own anchor, its own 14-inch stake, and then there's a base plate that it sits on that has a stake driven down in the middle as well. So that's the outside. Let's switch around to the inside here. So let me shut that off. And this is going to be the desk. So I started on the side that I'm looking at right now. That's my main monitor, center one that I was actually looking at when I started the video, and then I have a third monitor over there. Give the video a second here. It's going to loop back around to the radios. So for radios, I have a G90, a Xiegu G90 HF, and it works 10 meters to 160 meters, does digital and all that, and it is hooked up with a digi-rig, and then it is also hooked up to the speaker on top of the Yaesu. The Yaesu is an FT1000MP. It was actually given to me by my Elmer, and it does have a defect in it that I need to get repaired. It only works from 20 to 160. So everything under 20 meters, 17, 15, 12, and 10 don't work. It's deaf and it can't transmit. But from 20 up to 160, full power and full receive. So great receiver. I love it. I use it primarily. I use the Xiegu just for the SDR or when I need to drop down below 20 meters. Both radios are hooked up to a Yaesu SP8, which was also donated to me by my Elmer. And the Xiegu is just remote mounted on top. It's just sitting there with Gorilla Glue stick pads, so it's not hurting anything. The key on the side is a... what is this thing? Couldn't even tell you what brand it is. It was, oh, is it Hudigi? There's the email address. So, just a cheap little key to learn on. I don't know Morse. I don't know. I don't read it. I can't do it. I'm learning it. We'll see how that goes. That might be future videos. But the G90 is remote mounted. Just the head sitting up here on top of the FT1000. And then, as you can see in the video there, on the bottom shelf, I have the power supply and the actual base for the G90. Screen to my left, one that was just in the video there, that's my main screen for radio. See if I can, whoops, restart the video there. So I can't pause it, unfortunately, because I screwed this up in my streaming software, but that's all right. So I use Ham Radio Deluxe. That's my primary logging software, as well as my radio control for my Zygu G90. The FT1000 will eventually have a computer remote connection, but I got to get another digi-rig and some more cables. I have... Actually, let me just move my stream out of the way here. So I use Ham Radio Deluxe for my main logbook. That's on the right side of the screen. Underneath it on the left, you can see Parks on the Air and my rig control. And then above that, or under the rig control, is my DX Summit for DX locating, or DX spotting. Center screen's just whatever I happen to be doing at that point in time. If I happen to have a website open, working on the computer, playing a game with my son and wife, whatever. Every now and then I might throw up an extra spotter or a web SDR, see what they're hearing on there. And then my third, the little flip out monitor, the KYY, it normally just has my YouTube music on it, or in the case of the video there, it had Solar CDX for my solar info. Kind of get my band conditions, an idea of them. Alright, switching around over here, because this part you can see from the video. So back here on my right, this is a DB25 Pro. This radio has an issue it came with an issue where there's a tone behind the audio when you're transmitting, so I don't use it for UHF or VHF, but that tone is non-existent for DMR, so that's why it's mounted up here. It's used for DMR. It has a coax that runs to a room on the other side of me here, which is actually our furnace room, and that room has a window. It's got like a metal window seal. It's got a mag mount antenna on there, just to go to a digi-rig, or not a digi-rig, God, a Pi Star over on my server rack on the other side of the room here. But due to RFI, it has to be out there or it messes up this entire desk. So it doesn't come on very often. I don't use DMR much, but it is nice every now and then to pop on worldwide or something. And then in the other part of the video, you can see in the back here, this is my Anytone 778 UV. I use it for VHF. UHF, it's hooked up with LMR 400 and is ran by the PVS 150 power supply you can see in the video there. Primary radio that I use for our local repeaters, as well as the just as our local scanner. I use it for fire dispatch, things like that. So, and then the desk is a mess, complete mess, but up here in the right corner is where those HTs were. There's a I don't even know what else up there. Right. Quaishang. There's two Quaishangs, a TK11. I don't know what the other one is. I'm not 100% sure what that back radio was offhand. Let me see. What is this thing? Had these for a while, and this one just sat forever. I haven't really used it. This is the UVK6. Little 5-watt radio. I have a program for airband, so that's why I don't usually listen to it. TK11 is supposed to be a HF capable HT. It's really not. It does do CB band on FM and will do 10 meter FM technically. And then my primary HT is the Anytone 878 UVII Pro. I use it as my carry around for local as well as DMR if I'm out and about. And then there's a TID radio H8 laying there. We use those as GMRS radios here on the property. My wife has one, my son has one, I have one, and we have a spare laying around in case somebody comes. So it gives us some options there. Yeah, that's pretty much the desk setup. I mean, this is kind of my work area over here. It's always usually a mess or has drinks. Currently working on a mesh core repeater for a friend. That was the other thing. The back corner, the brown and orange case with the antennas, that's my mesh core client node. And then behind my phone stand down here at the bottom is a observer for it as well. Also, I don't know if I said anything. So the two radios, the G90 and the FT1000, the feed line is RG213. It comes into the house and goes to a two-way radio switch. And then from there, jumpers over to each radio. So I can switch back and forth with one antenna. And then I have a third line laying here in the video. I hold it up and you can see it there. It runs behind under my main monitor over to this USB port here on the side. And it's got an RTL SDR that I can also plug in there and pick up my dipole as well. If the dipole's not running, I have a vertical I can throw out in the front yard. And it's a JPC or a PAC-12, JPC 12, whichever one you want to call it. And it works really well there. I know in the video I also showed the little mic hanger for the Yaesu. The little blue hanger here. Just something I printed last night with a 3D printer. Or with my 3D printer. So I have a video up, I believe, of a print being done. But I needed somewhere to hang the mic because I didn't want to just throw it up on the headphones that were up there. The headphones are just a set of Razer headphones. They're nothing special. I use them when the family's down here and they don't want to listen to me play radio. So that's why they're up there. Most time, speakers on. So they're not even plugged in right now. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered everything that I took a video of earlier to showcase everything that was going on. Like I said, this is just kind of an overview of what my setup is right now. It's going to change. Hopefully it changes for the better. Or doesn't change for the worst, at least. Things break all the time, and that's how we like experimenting. I've done a lot of testing with different things like the mesh core in that. So I got a lot of projects going on, and I'd like to bring y'all for the ride. So if you guys are into the amateur field, I'm going to be doing some radio where I actually jump on the radio and do some QSOs over live or on recorded videos. Unfortunately today, bands are basically dead, so I don't have much to work with today. They'll even let anybody listen to anything. And the main radio, pretty quiet today too. Smoke from Canada is getting to everybody, I think. But like I said, I'd like to bring you guys along for the ride in my journey as a amateur radio operator. I am a general class. So I got my technician last year in July. I had my GMRS in June, amateur technician in July, and then I upgraded to general March of this year. And then I took on the FT1000 and started playing on 20, 40, and 80 meters and enjoying it. Do a lot of POTA hunting. I did a lot of FT8 before that, but everything I'm doing now, I'm kind of setting it more towards the phone portion of the band. So we're doing a lot of POTA hunting, DX hunting, contests. Like to bring you guys along for the ride though. So if you would like, subscribe, follow, check back, check my Facebook page. I'm going to be uploading stuff there as well. Wild Wires Homestead on Facebook as well. Yeah, I'd like to bring you guys along for the ride. Let me know what you think. Anything you would recommend me to look into. Budget friendly if possible to start. It's going to be a little bit till I can afford the nice pretty receivers. I'd like to have that, you know, real nice Yaesu FT101 DX MP whatever, or FT 101 MP sitting here, you know, but the 1000 is great. It'll work. Alright guys, that's all I got for now. I'll sign off and tell you guys we'll see you later. Or hear you on the air, I guess. Have a good one.